Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. I was just doing a little bit of work for the Packer Media. Here, let me come show you around. Packer Media is made up of three main branches. That is the newspaper that goes under the name The Packer, Packer Broadcast, which is known as The Packer News, and Yearbook, which goes by the name Yearling. First, let's start off with newspaper. Newspaper is in charge of making a new edition of The Packer every month. They must write stories, complete interviews, and also make the spread layout of the newspaper. Delray Steiner, editor of the newspaper, explains why some students may be apprehensive to joining.
It's not as difficult as I think people think it is. As long as you're doing your work and putting in effort, you are able to meet your deadlines pretty easy, which makes it an easy grade.
Cordia Rarick explains what newspaper is all about and what she takes away from the class.
I mean, it's fun. You get to design a lot and the community is really close. And I mean, I've used some of the skills I picked up in newspaper in other classes when I'm writing for English or doing projects for like papers for history or whatnot.
Delray explains what 3 years in newspaper taught her about leadership.
I learned leadership. You learn leadership skill. You learn how to work on your own almost because the class is student-led. You learn how to walk on your own 2 feet with classes, but you also learn how to write very easily. I could write an essay in a day if I really needed to, and a good one. I can also edit photos and I can take photos. I can design something, and I've used it for all my other classes before.
Delray explains what skills are needed in order to thrive in newspaper.
Just someone who's passionate with writing and passionate to have good quality work and can get things done.
Still not sure if you want to join newspaper? Delray has something to say about that.
Just try it out. Maybe it's not your cup of tea, but you can join it for a semester. Or maybe, for me, I was just going to join it for a semester, but then I fell in love with it. And yeah, it's stressful at times, but it's worth it in the end.
If you join one media, you don't have to stick with it. Here's Cordia Rarick with why she switched.
Well, I had already done broadcasting, and I was interested in seeing the newspaper aspect because the periods were the same, and I thought that'd be interesting to get more experience.
Speaking of broadcast, Jordan Phelps has a few tips for people who are thinking about joining.
You want to be social. You don't want to you don't want to sit in your corner necessarily the whole time, because if you do that, then what's the point of it being in broadcasting besides making stuff? Also, you want to be creative. You want to have not do the same thing over and over again. You want to switch it up a few times, and yeah.
It's a quick rundown. Executive producer Christopher Boyka gives a quick rundown of what you can expect in broadcast.
Broadcast is about exploring your creativity. We have our journalistic packages, which teaches you how to set a foundation, how to be efficient and actually get certain sound bites together and stuff like that. Then we have our creative packages, which allows people to go from anywhere from a music video to a funny comedy skit, maybe a blooper reel. So it's all about creativity and just exploring what interests you.
George Phelps explains what skills he was able to take away from broadcast.
I've learned how to use a camera like that, and yeah, lots more, running teleprompters, going on a schedule, stuff like that.
Alongside that, you have to become very acquainted with Premiere Pro, which you see now. It's the editing software, and it's where most broadcast gets done. Jordan Phelps explains how broadcasting has affected his leadership skills.
I was pretty bad at the starting of the year. I just told people what to do. Now I kind of help them through their problems and stuff like that, instead of being that boss, you go do that, you go do that, stuff like that.
Last but not least out of the medias is Yearbook, which concerns itself mainly with building your photography and design skills. And here is Isabella Lahoy with more.
I joined Yearbook because I've always liked taking pictures, and then I wanted to try something new, and I thought design would be something interesting to try, so.
Madeline Getz explains what skills she's been able to take away after her 2 years of Yearbook as an editor.
I have learned a lot about design, working with a lot of different people. I've met a lot of people throughout the schools through all of the interviews that I've done and all of the variety of stories. I feel like my English like writing the essays and stuff, it's gotten a lot easier because we don't do a lot of writing in here, but there's just so much variety that you just kind of get a little bit of a taste of everything.
Getz explains the creative differences between Yearbook and the rest of the medias.
I enjoy the fact that you have a little bit to work with, like the skeleton, and you just kind of get to make it your own. I love that wiggle room type of thing, and working like with the colors and the fonts and just seeing everything come together at the end. It's just something that I'm really proud of, and it's just nice. Like, you're proud of it, you worked on it, and you like it.
Working independent or in a group is very important for the Yearbook staff.
Obviously, like working with different types of people. So there's obviously you're working with the advisor, you're working with your peers. It's not really you are like there's an authority figure. It's just you're all working together towards a common goal, and you're asking each other questions, and I feel like it's helped me get over a little bit of my anxiety, because going out and taking pictures and having to ask people different questions about themselves, of what the story is on, or even for like a caption, it's just kind of forced me to get out of my comfort zone, and I feel like that's been really helpful.
If you're still on the fence about joining Yearbook, here's Maddie Getz with why you should.
Give it a try, because there's so many parts of it. There's, of course, like the pictures, like even if you just like taking pictures, just do that. Or if you like designing, just do that. Just get a taste of it. And honestly, the worst thing that happens is it doesn't suit you. And even then, like the people that are in it, it's just a really nice environment.
Whether you like writing stories, doing interviews, or taking photos and doing page layouts, or even making videos and editing them, the Packer Media classes has something for you. Please consider joining. Thank you.